Welcome to my channel. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Today I'm taking part in the Stamp Around UK video hop with fellow demonstrators from the UK. Our brief for this month's hop was to use our favourite designer series paper. It's taken me a while to figure out that this is my favourite, and the reason I discovered this was my favourite is that I don't have a single full sheet of this paper left. So this is the Forever Greenery designer series paper and has all sorts of shades of green in there. What I do have is lots of scraps, so I have decided that I would make a card just using scraps of the designer series paper and some scraps of card as well. I already had a card base made from soft sea foam and I used it for that, and I also had another one that opens the other way, so rather than cut a new one, I'm just going to use that as well. So all of my strips of designer series paper are 2 centimeters wide. I have got 3 longer ones that I will put that way and 3 shorter ones to go across the way. So I really just want to show you this quick and easy way to use up some of your leftover bits of your favourite designer series paper. For these 3, I am actually going to emboss them or stitch them with a die, and this die comes from the Love of Leaves, and I've used the Hope Changes Everything stamp straight onto your designer series paper there as well. So this paper does come with the Forever Greenery suite. There's a Forever Greenery bundle in there, and I've used most of the paper I've used using the stamps and dies from that suite. So it's quite nice to use the paper but changing it up using dies from Love of Leaves instead. So this particular die has this stitching detail on it, so I'm going to use that for these 3 pieces here. Now, if I did the 3 bits together, then that one's not going to get a huge amount of stitching on it, and I'd prefer it to have more. So I'm going to run 2 through my Big Shot, my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and then I'll do the other one separately. So I've got my, there they are. Honestly, I lay everything out nice and organised and then can't find it. So I'm just going to put 2 bits in. Not bothered if they're straight or not, it's just adding a little bit of extra texture onto my designer series paper. You could also emboss with an embossing folder. I just thought this stitch detail was rather pretty and I hadn't used it, and it was a good excuse to use it. So that's 2 pieces done, and there it is. Do my 3rd piece. Pop that on. And I can wind that back through. While I've got my machine here, I am also going to just do a couple of die cuts on some scraps. So these are lovely dies. They do a nice stitched outline, and you've got so you can create an aperture on a card with that beautiful stitch detail, and also the little bit that goes in the middle there will give your leaf that similar kind of stitched effect on it. Beautiful. So I've done one on that little scrap there, and I've got another scrap, this time just jade, I think this is. Yep, I think so. As I said, there's loads of different greens in the suite, in the designer series paper, so any little scraps that you've got of any of the colours would be lovely. So last one. That's our prep done. Put my dies out the way and I'll put them back in the pack in a moment. So to add these pieces, now when you've embossed them they kind of do curl up. Just gently curl it the other way with your fingers just to flatten them out a little bit. I'm going to put tearing tape on the back of each of these strips. I'm going to do that with all of the pieces. Okay, I said I was going to do that with all of the pieces. That was a fib because I want to add my sentiment with dimensionals. So I've just added tearing tape to 5 of the pieces and I've got one bit left for my sentiment. So it's just simply doing a weave. Decide which order you want them to go in, and they're different lengths, so quite happy to have them higgledy-piggledy. I think I'll put that one that side actually. And I'm just going to take the backing off the tearing tape at the top there and just put this one where I want it to start. So trying to get it relatively straight at the top there. And I'll do the same with the other outer one. This is my longer one. So I just want to try and get roughly the same gap at that side there. Okay, and for this one again, just taking the top part off and placing it between those two strips there. Okay, so we've got the top part there. I want to put one of these pieces so that it will be over those two and under that one. So like that, and that means I can put that right the way down because my bottom piece will go under those two and over that one like that. Okay, so I can take this down a little bit. So we've got that top piece all secured. As I say, this bit I want to just simply take the backing off and I can pop that straight on because it's going over that one and it will go under these two. So I can take that off now right away. Okay, so I've kind of got most of my weave bit there. The other bit to add in is my sentiment piece. So I'm going to see what it looks like when I try and get in that white bit there. This is probably better with anything that is lighter. So if there was a soft sea foam or something like that, yeah, that looks okay. Got most of that in the white, but you can certainly read it. So this bit is going to go on with dimensionals. Let's be generous and go 4. Take all the backings off and pop that in the centre there. And to finish it off, I've got my 3 little leaves that I can just decide where I want to put them, and again I'm going to pop them up with dimensionals. So it's a nice easy card that doesn't take an awful lot of skill, but will use up a fair bit of your little scraps of your favourite designer series paper, because let's face it, if it's your favourite, you want to make sure you use up every little scrap you possibly can. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please do now click on the description bar so that you get the list of all of the other UK Stampin' Up independent demonstrators that are taking part in this video hop. So you'll get loads of inspiration on how to use your designer series paper for some fabulous projects. I can't wait to have a look at them too. Click on the description bar, you'll get the links to all of the other blogs. You'll also get videos. You'll also get a link to all of the Stampin' Up products that I have used for today's card. Thank you so much for watching. Please hop along. Thanks. Bye.